Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, May the 3rd. Wow, May the 3rd already. I hope you're safe, you're well, you're blessed this morning. Rev here. I hope you had a good weekend. I appreciate you coming to church, or whether it was in person or online. I appreciate that very, very much. And I appreciate you joining me this morning here for this devotional time. I hope that you'll share it. Feel free to make comments on it, whatever. I enjoy seeing the comments, and I appreciate your participation in the video or in the devotion this morning. I am going to read today from John chapter 17. I'm going to start with verse 4 and read through verse 6. I have brought you glory on earth by completing the work you gave me to do. Now, this is Jesus talking. Actually, it's Jesus praying. And now, Father, glorify me in your presence with the glory I had with you before the world began. I have revealed you to those whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours. You gave them to me, and they have obeyed your word. And may God add his blessing to the reading and the hearing of his word this morning. We are continuing on with our devotions with the Christ of Easter by Calvin Miller. I hope you're enjoying these. We got a little ways to go before we're done, but I hope to be done by Pentecost, but we might go just a little bit beyond. Jesus celebrated his victory, that is, his victory on the cross, even before he began his decisive battle. Excuse me, he gloried in all that he would shortly finish, all that God had called him to do. The dying still lay ahead of him, but the purpose of his life was all but finished. Learn this comforting lesson from him. Our confidence comes in knowing that we shall complete the tasks that God has given us. Our trophy will be the inner reward which transforms our dying into a time of celebration. Excuse me. The Apostle Paul experienced an interesting metamorphosis in his view of death. In 1 Thessalonians, he seemed to believe, or seems not to believe, that he'll die. He encouraged the church to remember those who had already died before Jesus returned, and that they would be the first to be raised in the second coming. And then, referring to his own future, his expectation was this: we who are still alive in the Lord's coming will certainly have no advantage over those who have fallen asleep. Now, that's 1 Thessalonians 4:15. But consider this. Paul's view in his letter to 2 Timothy, or his second letter to Timothy, which was written at a much later date than Thessalonians, he says, I am already being poured out as a drink offering. The time for my departure is close, or it's at hand. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. You see, here Paul is saying that he is ready to receive the reward of his labor. He says, the crown of righteousness which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give to me on that day, and not only to me, but to all who have longed for his appearing. Having finished the race, Paul's way of saying that was Paul's way of saying what Jesus said: I have completed the work that you gave me to do. The great burden of every follower of Christ is to come to know what God has called us to do in this world. Knowing this, that we will have the unspeakable joy of anticipating how we'll feel once we've achieved it. So dying knows a double blessing. The first blessing comes in processing the security that when we close our eyes in death, we'll open them in heaven. The second blessing is the knowledge of having lived out our calling by giving our lives to finishing the tasks that He gave us to do. Living in eternal light is our final step after years of plodding forward in light less certain. Think about it. I'm Pastor Mark. I love you guys. Be safe, be well, be blessed, be strong. I'll see you tomorrow.